Right, it is. It's English medium mathematics lessons and GCO level local syllabus lessons. The graph lessons we are discussing now in this part, in this video, I'll explain exam sums, right? So in this part, I'll explain the question in the 2019 O-level paper questions. Second paper, right? Second questions. Let's see. Let's see. Right, now you can see the questions 2019 or level paper question, right students. So here is an incomplete table to fill there. So function is y equal x square minus 2x, right? So there are 5 questions you have to answer, right? So let's discuss how to answer this question step by steps. Right students, in the solutions part you can see here the Roman number 1 asks find the value of y when x is equal 3, right? So using the function you can get that value, right? Or just examining the symmetry of the table you can easily put the value, right? Anyway, let's see how to find the y value when x is equal 3 using the quadratic function, right? Let's see, this is a quadratic function they have given, y equal x square minus 2x. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to substitute x as 3, right? You can here understand, if you put x for 3 you have to take the square, then here 2x mean 2 multiplied by x value, understand, then both sides subtract, right? Now let's see, x is 3 square minus 2 into x, that is 2 into 3, right? Now let's take out the value, 3 square 3 into 3, that is 9, 2 into 3 you get 6, then 9 minus 6 is, that is 3. So that is a value of y, right? So just looking at the table you can fill that one also, right? Anyway, now Roman number 2, using the standard system of axes and suitable scale, draw the graph of the quadratic function according to the values of the table, right students? Now standard system of axes mean small 10 division 1 unit, that is the standard system of axis, right? So then you can mark the point. Now can see here, right? So here don't worry about the small divisions, you can divide 10 small division as 1 unit. So I plotted this 7 points, right? You can see, go to the x value, then kappa, then y value, right? Then x value, right? Then x value, right? Like that you can fill those one, then you can join these all points by smooth curve. Let's see, this is the curve, right? So this is the function you have drawn, y equal x square minus 2x, right? So that is a parabola of minima, right? Okay, right students, now move to the Roman number 3, right? So Roman number 3 as what, the coordinate of the turning point of the graph. Now you can see the graph here, this is the graph you have drawn, you start this point, right? So if you draw this way, right, you can see this way, when you come to this point graph turns, so this is the turning point, right? So see, this is the turning point, we want the coordinate of the turning point, right? Now you can read the x coordinate and y coordinate. How to take x coordinate, you should go on to the x-axis. How, right? See, this is, we can go to the x-axis, so this is x coordinate, you can read as 1, right? Use bracket, then comma, then how to take y coordinate, go on to the y-axis, that is, you can see they are -1, right? So that is the coordinate of the turning point, right? Now Roman number 4. Express the given quadratic function in the form y equal x minus a square plus b. A and b are two numbers, right? So let's see how to form the given quadratic function into this form, right? Let's see, this is the given quadratic function, right? So you can see in the equation lesson, in your second term lessons, students, you make this type of quadratic expression into a perfect square and other part. So that is the method you have to apply, right? Let's see here. The coefficient of x is -2, right? So what we have to, we divide that one by 2, then you get -1, right? So then you can write this way. Let's say, see, x minus 1 square. So that is how to find this -1. I told you, right? So coefficient of x divided by 2, right? Then -1. So if you write y equal x square minus 2x in this form, because we want that perfect square term, in this form, what are the term you get? X minus 1 square. How to expand? So let's see what happen is expanded. X minus 1 square, right? Let's see how to expand. Square of first term, that is x square, product of two term, x into -1, -2x, -1x, that should multiply by 2, then that is -2x. Then square of the second term, -1 square, -1 into -1, that is +1. These are the three terms we get, but we want only y equal x square minus 2x part. Here you can see in the red color, right? Y equal x square minus 2x part is there, but there is an additional term. So we no need this one, right? We not need this one. So how to remove that one? So we can remove that one by subtracting 1, right? What happened in this function? Positive 2, -1, that is 0, right? So if you put this one, nothing wrong, right? So that one is equal to, right? So you can see here, x square minus 2x plus 1, you can write as a perfect square, right? X minus 1 square, you can see there, right? So because we expand this one, so then -1 is there, right? -1 is there. So what happened? This function you can write y equal x minus 1 square minus 1, right? Let's see, here we have written y equal x minus 1 square. So if you subtract 1, you get this function. Understand? X minus 1 square expanded, you get these three terms, right? We don't want this +1, therefore we subtract, right? So if you expand these two terms, binomial expression, you get three terms. Then +1 is there. If you put -1, then you get this function only, right? +1, -1, 0. Right, now we form this y equal x square minus 2x into y equal x minus a square plus the form, right? Now you have to mention what is simple a and what is simple b. You can write here. So this is the a, right? You can see here x minus a, here x minus 1, so minus is there. So therefore what is a is only +1, that is not -1, right? Then plus b, here -1, therefore you can see the function, right? Again, right? Then plus b is there, therefore b is -1, right? So here -1, right? So that is how to form this y equal x square minus 2x into this form. A and b are there, right? Let's move to next question, students. Write the interval of values of x on which function increases within the interval -1 and 3, right? You can see function increases, y is between -1 and 3. Understand? Right, let's see. First consider y range. What is y range? Y range is -1 to 3. Go to the function y -1 to 3. You can see here -1 to 3. So y is vary in this interval, right? So y is vary in this interval. So what happened to the graph? Now let's see. Right, y is changing in this part means graph is between these two lines, right? Graph is between these two lines. That means graph is, you can see here, this part, right? It's all part. Now another condition they have applied. What is the condition? Function increases. Now we have to select which part function increases. Now let's see. This is the point we started. Now what happened to the graph? Decreasing. This part decreasing. In this part increasing. Right? This part increasing. So therefore function increases part is this part only. Now let's see. Green color. So this is the part function increases, right? Function between -1 and 3, this whole part, but increases part is this one only. Let's see. Then we want x range, right? So we want function is moving this point to this way, we want x, right? How x vary? You can see there, if function goes this point to along this path into this point, mean x vary within this range, right? So that can find. So then you have to write this range. How to write? Can read this point. What is this point? That is +1, right? So write +1 first. Then graph moves this way means it come to 3, right? You can see this point is 3, right? 3. Then you can write in the middle x. We write x range, right? Now for the inequality, let's take the +1. We want these values. We want these values. These value mean these values are greater than to 1. So x is the range greater than. This is not equal mark. Then take the 3. 3 is here. You can see. We want this value mean these values are less than to 3. This value we want, those are less than. Here equal mark is there, therefore less than and equal 3, right? So that is nice, that is easy. Right students, in coming up next video, wait, in 2018 level graph questions, so stay with Maths Globe YouTube channel.